Well, hey there, friend, and welcome to my first official blog post from Nicaragua. It has taken me a hot second to get settled here, but that's actually not the main reason it's taken me so long to get this video out. In fact, riddle me this. This video is about the seventh and final fear dragon in this series, and it's because of this very fear dragon that I haven't been able to get this video out, okay? I've been like constipated. And I just realized it today that the funny thing about this fear dragon is when you have it, you don't realize you have it because of the nature of the fear dragon. Ready for what it is? Any guesses? The stubbornness dragon. Yes, friends, we are talking today about the stubbornness dragon. And I am going to tell you all about how it shows up in your life, how it prevents you from being extraordinary, and good shamanic techniques for dealing with it, so that it doesn't take you out of the game of life and keep you off the court and in the stands. But first, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Steffi Funk. I am the founder of Urban Shamanism. I put these episodes out every week filled with great content for helping you live an extraordinary life in the concrete jungle. And I am a divine purpose specialist as well as a shamanic healer. And I help you to clarify and manifest your divine purpose for the joy, abundance, and freedom you crave so you can rise as the light worker I know and you know you were born to be. So that's why we got to take these fear dragons on, right? Because if we don't, they're just going to keep us safe and stuck and small. Not really safe, right? It's the ego trying to keep us safe. And this is such a classic example. So the stubbornness dragon is actually hiding the great fear of change. Why? Because it believes that change is dangerous and that the way to keep us safe is by keeping us stuck. So this dragon will show up in your life like this, like things are fine the way they are, it's fine, or I have to have it all figured out before I can do anything, right? Great example is this video. And part of the reason is like, I didn't really understand the stubbornness dragon very well because I didn't even realize I had it. So I was like, oh, I don't understand it enough to put it out. And then all of a sudden it like all clicked for me today. Like, oh my gosh, what a mind fuck this dragon is, right? And then finally, this can also show up as like, don't tell me what to do. And I also do that quite a bit. I avoid domination a lot, right? Like I'm like, I need freedom. And so that also, in a lot of ways, is the stubbornness dragon. And I was confused that I had this because I'm like, I love change. What do you mean? I love adventure. But I realize that like I am perfectionistic. I am controlling in a lot of ways, and I don't like to be controlled. So that is all stubborn dragon. It's showing up in very subtle and insidious ways. And that's why these dragons are so powerful, because it's hard to see them. They masquerade as ourselves, right? And here's another way that this just recently showed up in my life. A couple days ago, I was confronted by something, and I immediately went to pull my sword and defend my point of view, right? And right there, that's stubborn, right? The moment that I can soften and open up and let another viewpoint in, all is well. I'm neutral. But the reason that we do that is because we feel like we have to defend ourselves to keep ourselves safe. So again, the whole mechanism of this dragon is this like dysfunctional form of safety, right? So let's see, it will show up a lot of times in our lives as defensiveness, control, perfectionism, and like being really dogmatic in our views. Do you know anyone like this? Maybe you? It took me a long time to even realize I had it. And this dragon operates differently than any of the others. So whereas the other ones all operate on an axis, we've gone through all the other ones. If you haven't seen my videos on them, go back and watch them. They're amazing. But the first one we talked about was self-sabotage and greed. They operate on the same axis and slide into each other. The next was impatience and martyrdom. They operate on the same axis and slide into each other, meaning like you'll go from impatience to martyrdom to impatience to martyrdom. And then there's judgment/arrogance and self-deprecation, and they slide. Well, the funny thing about the stubborn dragon, and here's the thing, is we all have like one or two primary dragons, right? In each lifetime. that we're like working to overcome. It's part of the game of life and how we ascend and the soul lessons that we're moving through and all of that. It's all the ways that the ego shows up to try to sort of give us something to do on this hero's journey that we're on, right? In this earth game. So the stubborn dragon is really interesting because if it happens to be your primary, it actually slides into all the other ones. So you will have a fun time experimenting with all 7 fear dragons. And I'm starting to wonder if it actually might be my primary. So I definitely showed up for a lifetime of growth for sure. So it very well could be. So I promised you that I would tell you sort of how it operates in your life, how it shows up. And now let's talk about, and I told you like it's really designed to keep you small, right? And it's stuck. And nobody wants to feel stuck, especially if you're a light worker and you're like, shit, I was put here to do really big things. And why am I not actually doing them? And that kind of thing, right? Here is the antidote. And it even shows up in something as little as getting in an argument with someone and feeling like you have to defend yourself or something, right? The antidote to this dragon, understanding that it's trying to keep you safe, is remembering that you already are safe. So here's your weekly inner shaman practice. Anytime you feel confronted, you feel like you have a choice to make, but you're scared about the choice, or you feel like you're having to defend, or that you feel like you can't get something out because you're trying to get it too perfect, ask yourself this question. Who am I? What choice would I make? And how would I show up in the world if I know I'm safe to trust spirit? You'll feel an immediate relaxation when you're like, oh yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe. What's the choice I make when I'm safe? How do I react or respond to this person when I know I'm safe? How do I get this video out when I know I'm safe, right? So try that. It's super simple and very powerful. We have to feel safe to be extraordinary, to be expansive. So it's like the first step before anything and everything. So try that on for size this week. And also on behalf of this fear dragon, I take accountability for the fact that I haven't put out a blog post in a while. And so for those of you who are on my email list and you haven't heard from me, I want to make sure that you're following me on Instagram, okay? It's at Steffi Funk. Make sure you've got the spelling of my name right. At Steffi Funk. I put out content there almost daily that is super helpful, and it's like mini blog posts all the time. So I just want to make sure you're not missing out if you're not on my IG. And also, I'm about to do a big giveaway there for a free shamanic healing with me. So if you're following me there, you won't miss out on that. That said, I do commit. It's the new year. I got the stubborn dragon squeezed out. So I will be coming at you each week on email as well, but almost daily on IG. So with that, let me know about the stubborn dragon. Do you deal with this? Does someone you know deal with this? And how does that inner shaman technique that I just taught you feel like just out of the gate? Doesn't it just like relax you like immediately? And what can you use that on today to be different? And with that, I wish you a great week. I'll see you guys really soon.